Wow, more national anthems actually should say the name of the country in it. That would be so helpful. But welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Gears and Glory. We are recapping the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As you can see, I've got my Williams merch on. This is absolutely not sponsored, but code podium. I texted the group chat today. Use code podium on the Williams website for 50%. Like 50% off is crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I have a problem. Yeah. I've told myself I can't. Because I was like, oh, I could get a hoodie. Like, I'm literally already wearing a hoodie, a Williams hoodie.
And it's better because it's Logan Sargent.
Yeah, that one's Logan Sargent.
He was racing today. Don't know where, don't know what, don't know how he did. But he was in car today, and he was going around.
He was in IMSA, whatever it is. And
in my head, I always say IMSA.
IMSA, me too, but I didn't know if that was right. So I was like, I'm just going to spell it.
No idea. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like P20 with 3 hours on the clock. So not bad, but not good.
That means absolutely nothing to me. I don't know how many cars there are. Just like
I don't even know what
IMSA
shit we're talking about.
IMSA. Anyways, this is a Formula One recap this time. So yeah, I mean, what a weekend. Let's ease into it, right? We still have to talk about the practice sessions, and I do want to talk about the state of my notes, because the practice sessions were like the usual, like, oh, FP1. 2 things happened. FP2, like, okay, it's Azerbaijan, so like everyone was in the walls, brushing the walls, red flags, whatever. My notes, and we'll get to it, for quali are longer, if not at least as long as the race notes, because of the session that we had. So
yeah, I think quali will be our main point of discussion today.
Yeah,
I'd love to avoid talking about but
ignore like qualifying and the race. Actually,
let's just pretend qualifying was where it ended. Let's talk about the practice sessions. So I want to talk a little bit actually about the McLaren garage. I feel like there's been like some kind of odd things, and it feeds into the race a little bit, but I feel like Lando's garage, and not to say the pit crew because they both have the same pit crew, right? But like Lando's garage and FP1 fully sent him out with like the airspeed cover thing, the like little antenna that goes up on the front of the car, fully had the cover on, and they just like released him like that. He's had wrenches in his car, so it's like unsafe release. I don't think he ever got anything for it because he like came in the same lap or the next lap or something. But I'm like, feels like we should have something like this figured out if both of your drivers are fighting for the championship and you as a team have basically got the constructors in the bag. Like, I feel like we could get that one.
Yeah. They've also been in F1 for what, like, since like the 90s?
Quite a long time.
Like, this isn't... Cadillac does this? Sure. All right, you get a couple years to get your bearings. McLaren? I don't think we're going to be as lenient with you.
It's just crazy because then there's been like slow pit stops and stuff in past races, and like,
wild.
It's not like they're just figuring it out.
I think I read 6 out of Lando's last 7 pit stops have had something happen.
Yikes!
I love that stat.
Yeah,
that's tough. But yeah, so that's one note that I had. They were like maybe talking about like revs with the engines, and McLaren has a Mercedes engine, and Mercedes engines have been having trouble this season. So obviously it wasn't that affected anything today. But the other note that I had was, pardon me, I had a sparkling water right before this, was George, his radio. He comes on the radio, and I'm like, who is that?
Who's speaking? Literally.
Who is in George's car? And I'm like trying to figure out if they've got a rookie in. I'm like, what's happening? And it's like, no. They're like, oh no, George is gravely ill.
Yeah, he's
like got out of his deathbed to sit in the car. Sounds like. I was like, who's this? Who is that?
Who's that old man?
Yeah.
It's giving that episode of Friends where Phoebe gets sick. And then, like, everyone, like, loves her voice, and she's like, smelly cat!
Yeah, smelly cat! Yeah, but, like, times 10. It was, like, I genuinely was like, who's in that car that's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still, even after the race, like even in his post-race interview, it still didn't sound like him. Like he was still very raspy.
Ill.
Yeah, glad. I mean, there's something we should do. Like, I love to gather the data. I say as I work in data analysis and like statistics of post-illness race performance, because Carlos Sainz got his appendix out, really good result. Alex Albon also at one point I think got his appendix out and had a really good result. George Russell, literally feels like it was off his deathbed. Pretty good race result. So, I don't know, that would be just so interesting. But anyway, that's really all I got out of FP1. Top 3 ended, Lando P1, Oscar P2, Charles P3. I was like, don't give me hope. And I fool myself every time I go, but the practice sessions are supposed to be representative of what the race is going to look like. And I get excited.
No, never.
No.
We've got to to ourselves, really. Like, it's getting detrimental. I had a moment. It's fine.
Who hasn't? Yeah. So, I mean, that was FP1. FP2, I didn't get the weather update, I think, in time to like figure out what the weather was at the track, but it seemed like the track was damp. Like it was like darker and it was cloudy, so it was like cold. And this was a practice where Orlando had a big moment. He lost the rear and went like right into one of the walls. And literally the car was coming back like at an angle. Like I've never seen a car move that like laterally almost. Like in a straight line, but just like
wonky.
The suspension was just like toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he didn't finish that. He got like 7 laps out of it, which is not very many. But then again, everybody else got like 20, which also doesn't feel like that many for a practice session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
McLaren was still kind of nowhere through the majority of the session. Ollie put in like a belter of a lap. He like put it P1 and like held it for half the session. If the sessions are like 60 minutes, he had it until like 30 minutes in, which was kind of shocking. Because there was a lot of things happening through the practice sessions that was like, Haas is like set up to have like a pretty strong weekend, and then that didn't really pan out for them. And then I did take a note on something funny. My God, pardon. There was a moment where Liam Lawson was going around and he ended up just like spinning out and just had a full 360, just like turned into it and finished it so that he was facing forward again. And Alex Jakes goes, 9.7, judges loved it. Just like it's like a Olympic gymnastic move or something. I thought it was so funny. It really sent me. Because the practice sessions are like, there's nothing really like sexy going on, you know, like Formula One wise.
It's not as like intriguing to us as detrimental as it is to them. Not saying it's not needed, bloody whoever that, what was his name? Domenico or something? Domenicali. Stefano?
Yeah, he wants to make the races shorter.
Please don't.
Yeah. He's like, the younger audience.
He wants more sprints. He wants to get rid of practice because people only watch the highlights. And then, he said that younger people's attention span is shorter, so we're finding people are watching the highlights.
But, like, that's literally not it.
No.
Like, younger people.
I fear it's that the race is at 3 a.m. for the entire Southern Hemisphere.
Or 5 in the morning.
Like, it's
because you're based in Europe. Like, the European audience has every benefit.
Yeah.
And then you come to the US and I'm seeing these people, like, it's Premier League soccer and Formula One races are at the same locations because they're all at 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that we should do a disservice to the teams to benefit the audience. Like, I think we need to put the sport first.
Yes. I totally agree. At the end of the day, it is still a competitive sport.
Yeah.
And that's not, like, practice isn't for us.
No, exactly. Like, just don't televise it then.
Yeah.
Don't waste your money on televising it and then just make a video of the highlights or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, recap something on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Your thoughts, obviously.
Yeah, but anyways, the practice sessions were kind of not super crazy. There was like a million times everybody brushed the walls and everyone was like, "Oh my God, they're getting so close to the walls." Yeah, I mean like it's a street circuit. Literally in the castle sector, it's like this big.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think really said that the narrowest part of that circuit is through like the 12th century part, where it's literally 7 point something meters wide.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's
really narrow.
the amount of 3.5 Valkyries.
That's what I was gonna say, actually.
As Mercedes so wonderfully put together.
Yeah.
Valtteri's short, not at all. That's a lot.
I think he's like in the middle for the heights of the drivers.
Yeah, I think he's like average.
But to like make 7 meters of just 3 of him?
And a half.
And a half, sorry.
I think he's around like Charles's height.
Yeah.
Which is like 174 to like 178.
Terrifying.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
One back.
So that does take us to quali though, which broke a record. We're breaking records in the most fun, and by fun I mean horrible possible way. And we had, count them, 6 red flags. 6. I was really scared I was going to put up the wrong number of fingers. So I think you should all be proud of me. 6 red flags. Shall we start with the first?
Yeah.
No. So, let me cover this up. First red flag is Alex Albon. 11 minutes to go. So like the majority of the session to go. Everyone's done like 1 lap. He was, I think, the first one out.
Yeah.
He, on turn 1, it's like 90 degree.
Yeah.
Clipped the inside, hit it hard. They like showed the wall after.
Yeah.
Toast. Done.
And it did only look like a brush when they played the replay, but then his wheel was like,
yeah. And
but then the wall, it did look like a hard hit.
Yeah, I love him, but how do you manage that? Like, people go to the outside of turn 1 and crash it
Yeah.
out. I don't think I've ever seen someone hit like the inside, like unless they've been smacked, perhaps. But like, that was all him. Like,
yeah.
I props to him because that's talent.
Yeah,
like that is talent.
He was trying. Yeah, I mean it was tough because like it's also like we lost Brit momentarily. It's also one of the most unforgiving like places to hit the apex because the turn is so sharp that if you do, you're just careening into the next wall. Like there's no stopping. There's no like it's a street circuit again. Like it's there's just more walls everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, surplus of walls. But I did think it was funny. Immediately after they show Alex Albon like getting out of his car. They cut to James Vowles. Camera's like this close to him, like up his nose. And I was like, yeah, okay. Well, and like the thing is, as an audience member, I love it. Of like something horrible just happened to your team, to the guy. I mean, they've been pretty evenly matched in qualifying, but in race results, Alex has been a little bit ahead of Carlos. Carlos has been having some issues. Yeah. So it's like your quote unquote lead driver just, welcome back, Brit, just knocked into the wall. Let me put a camera in your ear, out the other, and up your nose to see what your reaction is. Like moments after. As an audience member, love it. Yeah. I love thinking about what they must be thinking about behind the mask. But on the other side, I'm like, he's probably not happy, kind of freaking out a little bit because now there's like a bunch of damage that has to get repaired before what the starting position is going to be, obviously starting from the back, like how that's going to affect everything. And it's like, also there's a camera this far from me.
I think if I was James, I would have genuinely punched the camera because get out of my face.
A gentle hand, just redirecting.
James is like, go to no Fred or something.
Yeah, I think they should start looking at the camera. Like, could you imagine sitting on the pit wall? And they just like whip around and look at the camera? How funny would that be? Just stare them down until they stop recording.
I like that.
Yeah,
it's good.
This is my formal request.
No desert.
Although I must say, is this the camera angle that looked like, I think I said it to you guys, it looked like the 0.5s that people take of the horses from like this angle?
No, I think it was forward, not from the back. Yeah.
Was,
unfortunate.
No. The angle of, we didn't talk about it. That angle of, I almost said James Charles. That angle of James Vowles, that angle of James Vowles was when Carlos parked in the Alpine pit box in practice.
Oh.
And they panned to James, and he's like...
No, can we go back to that? Because that was genuinely the funniest thing I've seen. I didn't watch practice, but I saw it on Instagram, and the way the Alpine pit crew was like... They're so disturbed by the fact there.
It looked like a dog when like a different tennis ball lands in their yard, and they're like, "What's this? Who? Yeah. This doesn't smell like mine."
Yes. No, that was so funny. I forgot about that.
I don't know how they don't do that more often. I feel like if it was
truly,
I would do it all. I do it all the time. If I was an Aston Martin driver, I'd be going to Stake or vice versa all the time.
Yeah.
If I was Ferrari, I'd be in McLaren on accident all the time. I'm not colorblind. I'd like to say that first. And then what are the other, like Haas and Audi next year? I'm like, if I was a Haas driver next year and Audi, and then Cadillac, I wouldn't know. And then I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what to do.
There's so many, especially when they have special liveries. I'm like, how do you remember?
And like,
the orange Haas Alpine last year.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is my full decision for Alpine to be pink now, because that's the only way to stop this from happening.
Yeah. Not only the car, but also the personnel kits.
Everything needs to be pink.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would love that. Hi, Barbie.
Yes. Oh my God. Wait.
V-carb.
Yes. Please.
No.
Oh my God. I loved. And then the special team kit. Oh my God. It was so cool.
I still want one. I'm trying to get my hands on one. I'm not even a V-carb. Well, I wasn't a V-carb girl at that time, but I'm a very big Isaac lover, so.
I'm all for Isaac, so.
Isaac, sorry.
Oh, yes. We saw a clip from, what's the podcast? Not me plugging any other podcast on our podcast. They were interviewing Isaac on how he pronounces his name and would like to be called.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really care. Like, obviously I understand, like, in English, typically it's pronounced Isaac, but, like, if you ask me, it's Isaac.
Yeah. Yeah. He said his mum has always called him Isaac.
Yeah.
So.
I know my name.
Yeah. So we're trying for Isaac.
I have it stuck in my head from, like, F2. So I swear to God, I'm never correcting you guys. Like, I dead set.
I know, you've been so nice about it.
I don't care. If he doesn't care, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, like automatically, like, I'm like, Isaac.
I think Charles is the same.
Like, yeah.
Oh, like Charles.
Yeah, Charles, like Charles.
Chuck Leclerc.
That was.
Anyways, we're literally still on Q1.
Oh,
we're 4 minutes into Q1 because we're only at red flag number 1.
I think we're all like accidentally like stalling because
we don't want to get to Q2, Q3. All right. Anyway, let's get this over with.
Okay.
Come on.
Here's a fun strategy thing. So a lot of teams, we were at the soft end, if I'm correct, of the tires. So we were C6, C5, C4. And so it meant that the soft was like going to degrade very quickly and was not super robust. So it meant that a ton of people were on the mediums for qualifying, which was kind of crazy, but it was like, it reminded me of George recently, of him asking for in qualifying, like, I thought we talked about me being on the mediums. So it was just like so interesting that was like the decision. And I understand they go through a couple sets of tires during quali, but still kind of crazy to like commit to doing that on the mediums.
Yeah.
I'm just in so notes and I'm literally giggling.
Yeah. I tried to put a little spice in there. So, okay, let's talk about red flag number 2. Oscar's doing a flying lap, just passes the start-finish line by this much. The next second, red flag. So it reminded me of Ollie Behrman when he was doing his quali, and it was like between him and Gabby Bortoletto, and it was like, were they going to knock out because of when the red flag was, whatever. It was almost like they were waiting for Oscar to like give him the opportunity, which I do appreciate, especially if like the red flag causing thing is not in your sector. I think you should get a little bit of grace. So I do appreciate that. He like just passes it, and then we get the second red flag, which is, drum roll, I'm reading my notes. Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
Capital B, bummer.
This dude, he just
Sorry.
That is becoming my new vocal stem, just saying.
Capital B, bummer. Wait, we say a lot.
Specifically with the accent.
Wait, yeah. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's not clean. What we say in my household when something sucks, like really sucks, and you're like trying to find niceness for it, but you don't really care, and pardon my French, is fat fucking bummer, dude. That string of words will fix any of my problems.
That's...
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's in here now.
Yeah, fat fucking bummer.
No, I love it.
Anyways, fat fucking bummer. Nico Hulkenberg crashed into the wall.
That fucking bummer, dude.
Your
American accent is so good. Stop it, I'm crying.
Oh my God.
How we feel now, I think, is how the race went. I think if you are listening and you're just getting this energy, you don't have to watch the race. You don't have to listen to the... Obviously, we'd love you to listen to the rest of the episode. But do you need to? This is it. This is what it felt like.
You did a screenshot Soph's face just then. That really...
I was crying. Could you see the tears in my eyes?
No, because all I could see was your eyeballs.
Goodness gracious, you guys are making me sweat.
Oh my God, sorry guys, laugh break. Not the time to be laughing though, poor Nico.
Yeah, we're actually very sad about it.
Alright, next point. Ollie has 10 penalty points already.
Disgusting! When did that happen?
2.0. K-Mag 2.0.
Yes.
Literally, when did that happen?
I don't know.
Someone the other day, like, I knew he had penalty points, but not that many. Like, to be 2 away from a ban? What did he do?
I think a lot of them I probably would have called, like, racing incidents that, like, he got penalties for. I don't know. I, like, lost track.
Or, like, infringements. Like, I don't know, have he ever sped in the pit lane? Unsafe release.
Do hats just like choose their drivers so they go eeny, meeny, money, mo, new K-Mag. You have to have to take one for the team. Like, how does this happen year in, year out?
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
He's not going to be happy. That's all I can say.
No.
At least
no, so yeah. So Ollie's like got to keep his nose clean for sure in the next couple of races, or he's going to have a race ban. I would be curious to know when the first set of points came through, because then that's when he can start to like kind of loosen up if those start to expire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then what number red flag are we on? 3 in one quali session? Are you kidding me?
In 11 minutes. Like, these last 2 are in 11 minutes.
No, it was actually crazy. It was actually crazy. So, and this one, I'm really sorry, Liv. I'm really sorry, but we have to report the news. You're a journalist. You understand.
All of us are really going through at this qualifying, aren't we?
But, like, okay. So, obviously, you can tell because I'm going to be upset about it. Pierre ran off into turn 4.
Normal, fine.
He did not hit anything. Beautiful job. I think he was the only one to run off in this session without hitting anything. Tell me he's not the best. Anyway, apparently Mr. Franco Colapinto thought, one of us, all of us, I'm in the wall. And he narrowly gets past Pierre and just goes, I turn now. And he hit the wall just out of turn 4. Like,
sideways. Literally.
Did he get scared? Like, what?
Mashed it sideways.
Like,
I do think that perhaps he got distracted by Pierre going off. He saw Pierre going off and he was like, ah!
Yeah.
I agree. It was probably something like, I don't have the safety net of the runoff area myself anymore. Don't really know how that affected like the synapses and the connections in his brain to end up where we were, because then shouldn't that mean, maybe I'll just have to sacrifice my quali lap and break a little earlier because I can't risk it, instead of, you know what?
I don't break at all. The wall will be my break. The cut to Flavio was absolutely terrifying though.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid of him. Liv loves him.
In those blue fucking glasses? Get out of here.
So funny.
They're
they
cool.
Must be so scared to get out of black cars. They didn't want to go back to the pit lane. No, but like it was so funny because the broadcast didn't actually show either incidents happening straight off. Like, they just went, oh, yellow flag in sector 1, whatever. Oh, Gasly's off. Oh, and Colapinto. And I think I said it to Brit. I literally went, are they trying to, like, repeat the Cambros incident from Baku last year? In qualifying, Isaac Hadjar and Pepe Marti, both of them for Campos, both Red Bull Juniors.
Straight into the wall next to each other.
Like, this just happened?
If you dance, I'll dance anyway.
Literally! Exactly that, because like
maybe I should make that. I'll make that Alpine version.
They're just parking. Just thought it was parking.
Better.
Yeah, the cut to Flavio was genuinely frightening. The glasses are cool. He scares me. Oh my god, I'm gonna be breathing the same air as him in Las Vegas.
Uh-oh.
Poison.
Okay. So then that was devastating. The relegation zone, as we're calling it now, which is actually very sad for me because my Premier League team is currently, it's the beginning of the season. Listen, it's a new year. We're 18th, meaning we're in the drop zone for Premier League. If anyone's wondering, it's West Ham. Not a good season. Not a good couple seasons. We've been through 3 coaches.
All of the teams, why did you pick West Ham?
You know what? We could do an episode about it because I made a PowerPoint presentation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, done. Yeah.
Okay.
I need you to try and us go West Ham.
No, I'm convincing you to not follow Chelsea, follow Tottenham. Don't with me.
No one picks West Ham.
We have Ferrari in common. You don't need to suffer this way also.
Yeah.
So we drop Colapinto, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Gasly, and Albon in Q1 after a million different things happen because we're 3 red flags. We're half of the red flags in one quali session that we get. And so they like take a whole bunch of time because now they have to reset the barriers, they have to clean the track, they have to reset everything so that it's nice and safe for everybody outside of the track and for the drivers, for everything to be like correct to the FIA limits and everything. They cut to James Hinchcliffe in the paddock club. He's going around, he's talking children everywhere. Tell me why half of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix was beneath the age of like 13. So he's up there and a kid in front of a camera is going to go, and then he's like, oh my god, who are you rooting for? I don't speak English. He goes, okay, goes to the next kid. Who are you rooting for? Red Bull. Okay, then there's like 12 children around James Hinchcliffe, and I'm like, this man is a saint. I'd be losing it. Absolutely swarmed.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what? They need to cut away. Like, these kids are gonna. So he's like, and then back to you, whoever was going to review some crash, maybe, I think it was Alex Brundle who was doing like just the autopsy of all of these moments. And it was just hard to watch.
Oh, you guys don't have the Sky Pad on F1 TV?
We have something similar though. It's just different people, but it's like, they'll replay in slow-mo and go back and forth and then like get to the on board cam. That's what I mean.
My question is, Brundle allowed to do Sky and F1 TV?
Yeah, because Alex was on Sky as well.
He was doing everything as well.
Well, it wasn't Julian Palmer.
Why was he allowed?
It was definitely. I remember thinking. Actually, never mind. I don't think actually.
Anyway,
I'm sure. Because they're both, we're Sky Sports based. UK?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're allowed to share. But, yeah. On the theme with, like, immediately after something horrible happens to you, going in front of a camera, Pierre was interviewed between the sessions. And so he does a quick interview, and then, and I think it is Alex Brundle, because I say that he was talking about the contract that Pierre has with Alpine, and he said something along the lines of, he was all smiles for the pictures when like they were dropping the news, and I haven't seen him smile since.
Oh no.
It was really like they were not pulling their punches on the broadcast. It was super entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man.
Is he wrong? No. Is it heartbreaking? Yes.
Sure is. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were, Also, it was just, like, crazy because there was so much time to fill with all the red flags, and they were just talking about anything and everything. I'm sure they must have been a little delirious. The session lasted 2 hours. So anyway, we finally made it to Q2 now, after 3 red flags. James Hinchcliffe and his band of children that he has. Q2 for our 4th red flag of the session. Thank you to Ollie Behrman. He swung his right rear into the wall and managed to hit it at just the right angle that it messed up his suspension completely. So he ends up doing like a side shuffle back to the pits, also like Lando did in that one practice session. But what was crazy is that Charles Leclerc had a very similar brush with the wall, but managed to hit whatever he did in a way that the car was able to continue. Like, I think it was during his flying lap that got him into Q3. Same exact place as Ollie, but just managed to get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crab walk, as long as it's not your favorite driver, it's funny.
Yes.
So funny. Like, how does a car do that?
Yeah. And how does it just keep going?
How do they control it?
I don't understand how it does that. Like, if the suspension's broken, what do you mean it keeps running?
I have to say, I think his name's Harry Benjamin, the commentator. The drama on him, like, I'll listen to a lot of sessions on mute because, like, I don't want to hear commentary. But, like, when Harry Benjamin's in that commentary box, I have to listen. Like, he's genuinely so, like, dramatic and funny. Like, he is how we feel, like, oh no! Like, same.
I'm gonna look up a picture of him. I don't think I know what he looks like.
He's very tall. He's like the big friendly giant. He at least
his Instagram literally says taller in person.
There you go.
He's who I thought Alex Jakes was at first.
Wait, show me him.
You'd know his voice.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, which is funny, considering I don't believe Alex Jakes to be particularly tall. So anyway, so that's Q2. Q2, arguably, relatively compared to Q1, is a little less busy. It was just the little bit of stress for Ferrari at the end of not sure whether they were going to get another run with Charles at the end, and whether or not, because Charles Leclerc had the lap deleted before with like 5 minutes to go, which is kind of pushing it because you get like one go because of how long the track is. So Lewis Hamilton put in his lap. He was not able to get past into Q3, which was unfortunate, and Charles just barely got himself into Q3. So in the relegation zone for Q2 was Fernando, Lewis, Gabby, Lance, and Ollie. Which kind of makes sense for what I would expect to be out in Q2, except for maybe Lewis. Although, unfortunately, his track record, pun intended, I guess. Although, is it a pun if we're just literally talking about car racing? Anyways.
I say it is.
Is it car racing that comes from, or horse racing?
Probably horse racing.
Probably. We had horses before we had cars.
Wild.
So... yeah, so that was our drop zone. So Q3 was a little crazy because then we got a little bit of rain.
Yes,
little bit of rain. And Max sat in his garage and waited.
Yeah.
And the whole time, the whole time F1 TV is saying, and then if it rains, he's gonna be having trouble because then it's gonna get wet. And if he waits longer, and the whole time they're talking about he's waiting, and I'm like, oh my god, just somebody do something. So that's where, and then the session was over. Definitely over at that point. Nobody.
Yeah, that's where it ended.
Yeah, except it didn't, and I'm lying, and I just want to avoid talking about how Charles Leclerc went head on into the wall. He had a lockup. It was a little slippery, and he caused, I think this was only red flag number 5.
Yeah.
So
that sucked.
A lot of victims this weekend.
It did.
15 runoff as well, like across all categories. Like turn 15, cut it out. You're the end of the fast like part of the track. You're the end of it. So why is everyone crashing there?
Someone needs to sage that corner.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Here or something like
the like arrow barriers.
Yeah, this way.
One way, go back.
Turn. They put the markers, the meters, they just like start putting them earlier. Just tricking them.
Should. Like everyone was locking up.
Yeah, so for Q3, it was very key to go early, which is what we saw for our starting grid. So Carlos put in a really good lap time in the beginning, kind of just got ahead of it, put in a really good lap, and was able to keep that up there in the sequence in the I guess just the not standings. What word am I looking for? Whatever, starting order, grid, whatever.
The order.
Yeah. So then, and then, pardon my French again. There's 7 minutes left to go in the session. They were talking about how there's only like 1, maybe 2 opportunities to put in flying laps. And then in my notes, it just says, and then this is where you pardon my French. Are you fucking kidding me? And it just says Oscar in the wall. And then I wrote crunched with a bunch of R's because I was trying to have a humorous perspective on it and not be sad. And then just says come on with on in all caps. And that was the 6th red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I said BRB, I am shedding tears. And I was texting my mother about this, and my mom is a huge Oscar Piastri fan. She sent me a funny meme of Oscar Piastri recently, and it was like different iterations of Oscar Piastri. So it was like Oscar Pastry, Oscar Piast, and then tree. So it's like Oscar Piastri's face in like a tree. I text my sweet darling mother. I go, oh, Oscar crashed, and she goes, no. And I go, well, we speak in Spanish. I go, yeah. I go, see. And she goes, is he okay? My handsome boy. She was devastated. Because I forget that like car crashes outside of F1 most of the time, like people are not okay. So I'm telling my mom that her favorite driver crashed. Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay. He's fine.
I feel like it's so important to note the order of the standings, not the standings, but like the starting order at the time of these red flags, because why did we have Carlos Sainz P1, Liam Lawson P2, and Isaac Hadjar P3?
Yeah. I was ready. I was
actually like, I was ready for that red flag to just be like ending the session and like
I was hoping so. So I will avoid social media until I watch the sessions. And I had just seen something because I have the F1 app, and so I'll get the notification previews. I should actually turn the previews off. But one of the previews was what an unexpected front row, and I was like, no more. I like closed my phone, but I was like, what is this? Is this it? And then we come back from the red flag, and there's a couple more laps, and Max Verstappen, GOAT, takes P1, Carlos Sainz in P2, Liam Lawson in P3. But Max on the radio, and I love talking about this, he sounds so excited when it's not easy. When the stakes are high and everything is a little bit difficult, like he seems to really enjoy a challenge, which actually out of an athlete is really cool to watch.
Yeah. And I think it proves it because like 2023, like you could tell he was bored with himself. Like even he was like, can somebody else please win?
Yeah.
But like I feel like that's when we sort of like had that like suspicion that it was really like the challenge that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 24 and like now, it's clear. Like he thrives on that. Like that is like.
Look, mathematically, we could still have a Max World DC.
I have the statistics. Give me one moment.
Bring them up.
Actually,
so
I've been doing this a lot unironically in conversation. I'll go,
yeah,
actually.
Me too. Yeah. And people probably think we're so rude because I don't think that's like a nice thing to do. But like, I'm just trying to be nice. Okay, so he no longer needs any of the McLarens to DNF ever again, right? If he wins all the remaining races of the season plus sprints, and Oscar has 1 P2 and 6 P3s in the races plus P2s in all the sprints, Max will be champion.
That's crazy, but it's got to be like
it's like a 5 margin. It's like that Grok or whatever on Twitter. Apparently, it's 5% chance that he actually will win. But my thing is, you don't give Max Verstappen a statistic.
No.
You don't give him this ammo because, like, this is on Twitter. I promise you he's probably seen this.
But also, can you imagine, because obviously, what was it in Monza? It was 3 points that Lando gained on Oscar because of the swab. Can you imagine if Max beats Oscar on 3 points.
I think I'd have to giggle a little bit.
I would giggle, but I would also riot.
I think one thing, I can't remember who was talking about this, but someone was talking about, maybe it was Gunther Steiner. Talking about McLaren is still learning how to manage their success.
Yeah.
They won the Constructors' Championship last year, absolutely had it in the bag. And I think that, we've never seen 2 number 1 drivers before. And part of me actually really loves that they're doing that, because it's really hard. As much as I'm also a Max Verstappen fan, it's really hard to look at Yuki and like kind of watch that. And like some people maybe are more quote unquote suited to that, of like, I think Checo didn't mind it. But when it was like, Carlos Sainz needs a seat, why doesn't he go to Red Bull? I'm like, these guys all want to win. Nobody wants to be second to Max Verstappen forever. So I do think that like what McLaren is both doing well and also making their lives very difficult through is not picking a number 1 driver. And it makes the team and the engineers and the sides of the garage, as much as they are one team, have to operate almost independently during the races, which is crazy. And we get things that are really good for like the entertainment aspect of like, calling the Oscar or Lando the car in front. Like that's fascinating. That's why I like this sport is that drama aspect. But I like that they're doing it, but it's hard. And I do think that there is that element of like, they're learning how to manage it. And maybe that's showing up also in the ways of like, maybe if they were like old McLaren and they left the wind sensor cover on, or they had a slow stop, like we would be more willing to write it off. Like, let's say it was like Aston and they had a slow stop, we'd be like, okay, well, it's Aston. Or like, that's outside of the top 4, that's like the next team I would put in. Even VCarb, I feel like I would expect more because they're related to Red Bull, you know. But if it was like an Aston type team, no offense to Aston Martin, love Aston Martin, you know, so it's just tricky place for them.
Yeah. I have to add though, the only other time we've kind of really seen this, like, well, not the only time, because we also had Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel fight.
Mark Webber?
Mark Webber.
Sorry, every time.
Surely McLaren should have seen Mercedes and went, let's not do that.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That was like tooth and nail exactly what's happening here for a championship. And
But it was really good for the entertainment factor.
Yeah. Like, you think they would have learnt, let's not do what they did, because let's be so honest, if we're gonna say who's the Lewis and who's the Nico Rosberg here, I think Lando is gonna end up being the Nico Rosberg.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fight tooth and nail for a single championship just to retire because the stress is too much.
I was talking about that I don't think that the way that we talk about, or like people in the F1 media space talk about Lando, is the same way that they talk about Oscar. I feel like, and I'm not going to say how I necessarily feel about it. I think it's pretty clear. I have kind of a bias toward Oscar. Obviously, my mother has a bias toward Oscar. But I think that the way that people talk about Lando is much more effort and practice-based commentary. Whereas, and maybe it's an age thing, but they're not even that far apart in age. Whereas when people talk about Oscar, it's a lot more about like the innate nature and the talent of who he is as a person and an athlete, and not as much like of the time that he's spent. Not that he hasn't spent time, and not that Lando also doesn't have talent and the innate nature to be in the sport succeeding. But I think that the way that we end up talking about both of them is a little different. And I think that the way that like just all of us talk about Oscar is a little bit more like, well, it's like inevitable that he'll be a world champion. Whereas with Lando, it's almost like, and I don't hope this for him, but like it's almost like if he misses his chance, like that's it.
Yeah, it's very Daniel Ricciardo-esque.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a picture, video, something of him on social media. Didn't recognize him. The beard is unrecognizable. I was like, who is that?
Yeah, he looks like Adrian Pimento.
Yes. He was on
but...
Taskmaster, the actor. Very funny.
So good.
So good. Very American.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. But yeah, no, I think we've made it quite clear that all of us have a bias towards Oscar. Out of McLaren.
I think we've made it quite clear.
But I think it also just Oscar's come in and done it. Lando's been here and he hasn't done it. And yes, there are other factors which, you know, play into the car, and also Max's dominance at that time as well.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I mean, like, you had 7 years, bro.
That's what's crazy is I forget how long Lando's been in the sport.
It's been so long.
And like, look, I feel this same way with George and with Charles, because they all came in at the same time. I'm like, look, you guys are in one of the top 4 teams, and all of you have not been close enough to have a World DC under your belt.
It's the same way. I feel like there's like half of cohorts. So there's like Alex and Carlos and George and Charles and Max in kind of like one, and I guess Lance Stroll we can put in there, of like, they're like one group of people that I would consider to be like competitors against each other in like their peak. But like, they're always going to be second to Max, unfortunately. I love Charles Leclerc, number one. If Charles Leclerc has no fans, it means I'm dead. I see that as part of the like challenge for Charles to get close to a WDC is Max. Like, if Max is in the game, it's like just feels not possible.
Yeah.
And I feel like Oscar is that for like the next group.
Yeah.
100%. And that's
He's the next Max, I feel like.
I feel like we've got to give credit where credit's due. We've not even like gotten into this race. This is insane. But like the only people in like recent years to get close enough to Max for the WDC to be his competitor are Charles and Lando. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Oscar's now fighting Lando, but like, giving credit where credit's due, Lando and Charles have done reasonably well.
They were the ones who got the closest.
Yeah. Definitely. And that was with Checo as well. Like, I know Charles lost to Checo in the World DC, but they were close.
Yeah.
Checo and Charles were closer than Max and Checo.
Yeah. And in 2022, they own like Charles only in Japan. That was, I don't want to talk about 22 Japan because I'm so angry about that race still for so many reasons. I don't know if you were watching that. I can't remember when you said you started watching F1. I can talk about this later because we don't have time on this episode.
I know, we have to. Okay, well, here's the thing. Here's the saving grace, in quotations, of the actual race. The beginning was insane. The rest of the race, so sorry.
Snooze
fest. Boring. I was playing game on my phone.
I literally just said to Brittany, I fell asleep. I've never called you Brittany. I hate that.
Not my full government name.
The government name.
Am I in trouble, Mom?
I just said to Brit that I fell asleep with dead set like 3 laps to go and like pulled up and woke up as everyone was pulling up to like the 1, 2, 3 bollards.
It's all you needed.
Still very, I don't know who came second and third. I know who was third. P2 I'm really confused because I thought I thought it was Lewis and I thought it was Charles and then I thought it was Lewis and then I was like maybe George. When I woke up, I was confused. I just saw a lot of red, and I was like, "Oh, Charles!" And I was like, "No, that helmet's yellow. That's Lewis." So they must have just been showing them. It must have just been ironic timing.
Oh my god,
that happened to me at Monza. I think it was like qualifying, and I woke up and they showed Max in P1, and then they flicked to Lewis, and I was like, "Oh, Lewis P2, slay!" And then it like switched to whoever it was, and I was like,
"Oh my god,
wait, hang on."
Yeah.
So cameraman's loving Lewis, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm very happy with George still, but like...
Yes, no, it was a great race. So, I mean, let's get it out of the way. Literally in my notes, I said, let's get it out of the way. So turn 1, usually the most stressful. Nothing actually happened, which was kind of shocking. Like, everybody was very well behaved. Maybe it's because there were, like, lines on the ground. Everybody literally stayed in their own lanes, kind of just handled things like adults. And then we get into Oscar shocked me. This was so surprising to me. So he has fully a jump start. Yeah. Like probably half a meter in front of the box.
Like his full front wheels were over the grid box.
Fully, like the whole nose, like shocking, not in a bad way, but just like in the sense of like the amount of surprise.
Yeah.
And that had a little bit of an effect behind, because then Fernando Alonso was like, it's go time. No, it wasn't. He then also gets a jump start. So it was really funny. They like come on the radio like, yeah, so you had a jump start. We're going to have a 5-second penalty. And he was like, yeah, you know what? I did do that.
Yeah.
So
it's like,
okay.
I just reacted to Oscar.
Yeah, but he had such a good He was like, yep. Take it away.
Yeah.
I truly think next year is his last year. He's so done with F1. Like, he's just wants to
Did you see what he said? Allegedly, I don't know if this is a confirmed quote. He was like, if Aston has a good year next year, it might be the last year, because he wants to end with like a good taste in his mouth. If they have a bad year next year, he'll probably do one more. But I think we're getting to the end of Fernando Alonso.
All due respect, the end of Fernando Alonso should have been when he retired in 2018.
The first time.
The first time it should have been the only. Like, I love him. And like, no, it should. No, I take that back, because he's had some good times in 23 with all the podiums. So I take that back. But he needs to be done. I love him so much, but he needs to go.
Yeah. So he has a very funny interaction with his engineer. And then Oscar has a front left lockup and his very first DNF of the entire season, which, to be the whole season, to only get his first DNF now, trying to find the silver lining, I need something to hang on to here, is like good. But then he got stuck out there, had to post up in a chair with someone's phone, watching the race.
Very identical to Charles in Zandvoort.
Yeah.
He had his feet kicked up. Did y'all see that? I was like, he seems very relaxed for how he's probably feeling.
Yeah.
He was dead set like, you know what? Good viewpoint. I've not had to pay to come to this F1 race. Like, I watch this.
Yeah.
People pay so much money for this view, and I'm just here for free. I'm getting
paid. But it's tough because it's like a long race to sit there. Like, at least Monza was like quick.
Yeah.
We're out in that, or where was it? Where were we when
Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that was like the only incident of the entire race. So like
the
restart, I was like, restart.
Debatable. There was one later on that terrified me because I only saw the colour, didn't see which driver it was, and I screamed, and I'm pretty sure I woke up my neighbours.
There was also, there was another issue a bit later on.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, we'll get there. But so then we have a safety car restart. And I was like, oh, this is always usually very exciting. Not really. It was on the straightaway, like by the start finish line. Max kind of like went for it. It's fine. Nobody overtook him. Max ran away with it. And then that was kind of it for him. He was like out of the picture. And I think what I do enjoy about the commentary is like they're not really focusing on like, and then Max is at the front all alone. Like it's like, okay, well, like where is something happening? Which is good because it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
No, it really was. Like it genuinely, and I love Baku. Baku's either really entertaining or really boring. There is no in between.
Yeah.
Would you have traded red flags in quali for red flags in the race? Like where would you have preferred to have them?
Yes.
In the race?
Oscar crashed in both. Does it matter?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, but in the race is more entertaining.
Yeah. I don't like the 2-hour-long qualifying, so I think I would have put them in the race too, but like...
Yeah, I do agree. And I feel like by nature, the end of the qualifying sessions get a little exciting because it's when the time is out and everyone's putting in their last laps and like, hey, you're locking it in, like that's what you've done. I do think that keeps the sessions feeling entertaining and like the stakes are still high.
And we didn't have that.
No.
Yeah. No. Everybody was just in and out and sitting and going and sitting some more. But Yuki Tsunoda had a very good race, had a very good weekend. He passed George pretty early on, managed to keep him behind, was doing a lot of really good defensive driving. George did eventually get the spot back, but he was really fighting for it. And there was one point where he came out of the pits just in front of Liam Lawson, cold tires, was never going to be able to keep it. And that one's tough because they were actively swapped for each other from team to team.
Yeah, rough.
And Liam Lawson finished ahead of him.
Genuinely thought that was going to be a safety car, if not a red flag, between the two of those. Like, the way they were battling. like, props to them because it was so, like, hardcore but clean.
Yes.
I was really impressed. And, like, it sounds so bad to say, but, like, I fear Liam Lawson's now known for how frequently he crashes out people.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was really impressed that he managed to keep that so clean as well.
I agree. Yeah, I do think, and he also has Liam Lawson has a bad rep with all of the Spanish-speaking drivers. I don't know what it is. Nothing this race to account for, but it's also Hispanic Heritage Month.
Oh.
Yay! That's beside the point, not important to this. But let's see, Lando and Charles were battling a little bit. Charles got ahead and kind of kept him behind for a while, and then Charles got stuck behind Yuki, and then they were all stuck in a DRS train, which was kind of crazy because they're not usually the ones in a DRS train. It's usually like, oh, the Williams and the Aston and the V-Carb, and everybody's in the DRS train. It's not the Ferrari and the Red Bull and the McLaren and the other Ferrari, because it was a Ferrari sandwich for Lando.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Yuki had a very good race. I don't think we talked about it enough, like, in general in the media. I mean, obviously there was a lot of other stuff to talk about, but I do think Yuki had a very good race. There were the whisperings of the possibility of rain, panned out to be nothing.
I feel like all week we thought there was rain, and it was just sprinkles of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing ever landed on the cameras. It wasn't even, like visible.
In F2 at one point, I think it was in the sprint race, maybe. I don't know, in something, it got, like, heavy enough where you could see it in the pit lane. Like, there was never enough rain to make it interesting. F2 was interesting. So not in that, I don't mean, but, like, in F1, there was not enough rain to make it interesting. And I kind of wish there was.
It was a pretty standard, like, this is me really trying to find things that happened. But there were a couple of moments. So Ocon and Hulkenberg had a little bit of a contact moment. They kind of just bumped into each other. Nothing really happened. Nico didn't ever pit for any support or change or anything, and Ocon just got new tires on, and I think that was his pit stop too. It was a one stop, so, like, if you got one in, some people did it during the safety car, and then I don't know if they did another stop. I can't remember who it was. But it's like, tire strategy. Ugh. Not that tire strategy is not important.
It was one of those races where it was so boring, I lost count of who boxed and, like, who still needed to.
Yeah.
It was that bad. I was having to actively be like, oh, wait, who?
Yeah, but then we have a 10-second penalty for Alex Albon, which gave Liv a heart attack, I'm sure, but it was Franco Colapinto and not Pierre, luckily. Yeah. So,
I think it's fine. Like, it's fine, guys. I really thought it was Pierre.
Yeah, they did bump into each other. Alex kind of just kept going. Colapinto just got spun around and then kept going, and then Alex got a 10-second penalty. And I don't know if he served it in the box. I think he just added it to the end of his race. I know that Fernando Alonso did serve his, though, because his little exclamation point graphic went away.
Yeah.
Let's
so
see.
What actually happened with Oscar's false start? Because I know that someone that I know said that it was deemed a fault start. So does that mean it was a technical issue?
I don't know.
Technical issue, it's not deemed a jump start.
The F1 TV guys said that they saw him. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. We're both instantly at the same time. I don't know how I ended up deeming the, like, start. Like, obviously he very clearly jumped it. But, like, what I did hear is that whatever penalty he would get isn't carried over to Singapore, which is what's shocking.
I know that he got penalty points, and it would be a 5-second penalty with penalty points. But I don't get how it's not carried across.
No, neither.
That's what I'm confused about, because...
Can someone explain? So if you know, can you explain?
Yeah, please, let us know. Because
everyone...
everyone that I've asked, they're like, I don't know, it's just not going across. And I'm like, but why?
Yeah.
Someone tell me why.
Yeah, because that doesn't add up. But
yeah, when they went on the onboard on F1 TV, they were saying, the broadcasters were saying, like, they saw him, like, drop the clutch on accident. I don't know if he was just, like, squirrely or nervous or something. That's what they were saying that they saw. But, yeah, I don't really know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody said that, like on the, like, Sky Sports broadcast said it was because, like, he DNF'd and that's enough. But like, I'm certain that's not it, because you've seen like
Yeah.
Japan in 2023, Checo DNF'd and they had to fix the car up enough for him to do another lap to serve his penalty before he DNF'd. Like, I don't think that a DNF is just enough.
Yeah.
They did that to Alex Albon, didn't they too, at some point?
I think so.
Probably. We've seen it. Like, so that's why I don't think that, like, he just DNF'd is, like, enough for us.
I feel like
and, like, we've seen it happen with Lewis as well.
I feel like you should just be able to call. If you DNF, if you, like, wrek your car, I think you should be absolved for that race. Like, you already DNF'd.
Yeah.
He got his karma quick. Like, it's fine. You don't need to penalize him. He did it himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the kind of penalties that we saw, really, this race. I took some notes on the pit stop of Carlos thinking very technically. He's always on top of it. He was like, and then we should watch out for an undercut. So he's still on top of it. He has a good pit stop. Lando has a 4-second pit stop, which isn't that slow, but it's not that fast either, which is why I'm still asking, like, hey guys, hey McLaren, what's going on?
Like, the sus thing is, right, and like, looking at this, like, consistently now, this is the consistent thing. How can they get it's the same pit crew. How can they get Oscar so fast every single time?
They have the record.
And Lando, and Lando is always, something happens. It's always usually, actually, this time it was the back right, I think, but normally it's like the front left. But like, how? Because it especially is confusing when they double stack. It's like, you literally just gave Oscar a 1.8.
Just do it again, exactly the same.
Do it again.
Yeah. No, Julian Palmer was in with Alex Jakes for the race, and he referred to them as mediocre, which is, I've been living for the commentary, because I do think it's a little bit of just going for it. They're just saying whatever they want sometimes, but it was a little crazy, and I don't think it was uncalled for him to say that, because it has been coming up so much. So yeah, George did manage to have really good out in laps, I believe is the correct terminology, and so he ends up taking P2 from Carlos through pits. And then by the time everyone's pitted, Max has a free pit stop toward the end, and then we have 10 laps to go, and Lando passes Charles, and then Ferrari has a horrible weekend, and that's very sad for all of us, and and nobody could catch up to Liam, and that was kind of it. That was really kind of it. So our podium was Verstappen, Russell, Sainz, which was awesome. Here's my thing. We had a whole driver of the day episode on, like, how our rules are. Carlos Sainz was driver of the day. Very exciting Williams podium. He lost a place. George? Why was George not driver of the day?
Yeah. George should have, because what, he qualified P4? P5?
I don't, let me check.
He was behind him.
But he, like, wasn't starting top 3, maybe P4, I think he was next to Liam.
Yeah.
But, like, he made up places. Did not lose, and which, like, you're in a Williams against a Mercedes, whatever, sure, I get it. He's on the podium. We don't need to, like, he gets to have that. But do I think he drove driver of the day? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not as much as George.
Especially because George was sick, I think it would be a close battle between, like, I think it would be a close percentage of voters. It should have been a close percentage, and both of them deserved it. That's what I want to say.
I agree with that, I think.
If it wasn't Carlos, it should have been George, and if it wasn't George, it should have been Carlos. Like, out of everyone else on the grid, it should have been one of those two. And there will always be someone else in the race that also performed really well and deserved driver of the day. I'm just glad it wasn't Max, because drove amazingly, but P1 to pole, he ran away. Is boring.
Yeah.
So
no, I am happy. I am clearly psyched by, he did call it a smooth operation. He said on the radio, Carlos did, "This is my first smooth operation." He sang it very cute in Williams, but not the last, which was so, oh my gosh, my heart. I loved it. I really
when
did.
He got out of the car and sprinted across.
He ran so fast.
The cameraman could not keep up.
Like, Olympic sprinter. It was so funny. Max also ran, and then George limping out of his car doing a little jog. to the team. I was like, get this man a chair.
Yeah. Please.
Let him sit down.
Oh.
But yeah, and then the DJ played Smooth Operator by Sade after the race, and
Love
it was
that.
so sweet to see too that like all the fans in the stands were singing, and there was like Ferrari colors, McLaren colors, there was like a bunch of different team kits, and everyone was singing it. A, because it's a very good song, but B, it's like nice to share when like someone wins it. Like that's the sport. That's why we're fans of teams like Williams and stuff, and like because it's the hope that something that will happen, and then it does. Like you hope because it's real. I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
I liked the cool down room. I think the cool down room was very good. They did chat. The Carlos's unicorn sticker on the back of his helmet.
Yeah.
The cutest little girl in their video series that they've been doing of like responding to fans. So cute. Has to keep it on forever now.
It's clearly luck.
It is clearly a good luck charm.
It was so cute. Max was like, "Oh, is that your new mascot?"
Yeah.
What did I just say? Max said that. I just said that, right?
Yeah.
Did you know I have a near instant forgetfulness syndrome where I just forget things that I say the second after I say them?
Sorry.
But yeah, it was the F1 outro was back, and then I think I did like the amount of champagne sprayed on everyone. I do think it was okay that George was fairly dry. He was also like fighting for his life all weekend. So the podium was good. I think the cool down room was good, and I think everybody was adequately champagned.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Well, WDC standings are still the same.
Yeah.
Lando got 6 points on Oscar this weekend.
Not
Max
that many.
got 25 points on Lando. So yeah, now if Lando wins the next race, he will be ahead of Oscar.
We don't need to hear that.
Oh, wait. They'll be equal. P1 is 25 points. Lando Norris, according to the F1 app right now, has 299 plus 25 is 324. Let's do some mental math here, kids. Oscar Piastri, oh, never mind. Oscar Piastri would have to then be out of the points or DNF next race, and then they would be exactly equal.
This is getting scary, guys.
I can't do enough math fast enough to figure out. I need to, you know the guy in the meme and he has like the math going on and he's like,
Charlie
that's
Day.
Me. That's me. Oh,
no.
No, Pepe Sylvia? No. In the mailroom with just like the red thread. Yeah. That's so true. That's me trying to figure out how to get Max a WDC this season. the guy who doesn't know how to do math gift. That's me trying to figure out all of the
I'm sorry, but if Max wins this World DC, like, as an Oscar fan, I will be devastated, but also I'll be like...
I kind of really want
that. I feel like he really did that.
Just because it's so hard to do, like, I want him to do it.
Yeah.
He loves a challenge.
I'm a little bit like, okay, do it then.
Yeah, literally. I'm also just not ready to see the 33 back on that Red Bull.
I know.
Like I've seen him race with it. It's his number. I understand that, but I'm so used to the one.
It's so nostalgic, isn't it?
Like, it's so him, the one. Like, can he just keep it anyway?
They just make an exception.
Yeah, rip.
I don't know.
All right, well, tune in. Is Singapore next week?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Also, no, Singapore is the 3rd to the 5th of October. So yeah, next weekend.
It's already?
Wait, no. Like next weekend, not this weekend coming.
Not this coming, but the following.
Yeah, following weekend. Because it's Monday, so for you it's still the same week.
It's the 21st of September, like the Earth, Wind and Fire song. I've been listening to it all day.
Yeah. What I was going to say is Charles put on his story that their flight got diverted to Italy because of a storm, and so the camera, poor Charles, he said, Baku was quite disappointing, didn't think it could get any worse, flight got delayed, and then he pans the camera and Carlos is driving. flash on, and Carlos is driving, and he's like, so Carlos rented a van, and where are we going, Carlos? And Carlos says, we're driving to Monaco.
It's so
And then he
cute.
pans to the back, and it's Charles's like posse with like Antoine and like I can never remember the other guy's name, Andrea. And yeah, it's very poetic.
I can't believe
but
that
I love
Carlos
that
is
they're
like.
together.
I can't believe that Carlos is like, yeah, I'll drive. Make somebody else drive.
Yeah.
Make one of the two in the back drive.
Three.
Come
yeah,
on.
I don't know.
He's got all the adrenaline.
Yeah, just like still coming down.
Yeah.
It was funny because he goes, oh, we're only supposed to take 2 hours to get there. And Carlos goes, we can make it in 1.5. And Charles goes, no. And he goes, just kidding. It was so funny.
We know they're making it in an hour and a half.
Yeah, if not 1 hour.
Yeah.
Taking the racing line on a public highway.
Me also.
Oh my God, when I'm in the neighborhood and nobody's around, I'm like, in my little car. That's definitely not.
It's just me going through roundabouts. I'm like, this is a chicane and I'm taking it straight.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one heard that. Must have been the wind. Anyway.
Literally lied to you.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, tune in for Singapore.
Yeah.
Not next week, not this weekend, but next.
In the wise words of Daniel Ricciardo, Singapore!
Oh, nailed it.
It's 1 year since Danny.
Oh, no, I was so sad about that.
Say it!
You brought him up.
No, but I didn't say that!
Okay, so tune in for our memorial episode of Daniel Ricciardo. Singapore GP recap in memoriam, Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, a moment of silence.
We'll start our episode with a moment of silence.
No national anthem, moment of silence, and Ted Kravitz's speech.
People are going to be like,
oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We're starting the episode with Ted Kravitz's speech.
Yes.
All right.
Perfect.
That's a great idea, Liv.
All right.
Tune in then. Bye.
Bye.